What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Colton Posey Fishing. And today we're going to talk about where does those bass go during the winter. I'm not talking about the transition between fall to winter. I'm talking about dead of winter, December, January, February. So guys, stay tuned. It's something you don't want to miss. Guys, so during the fall, what happens is these fish will move up on flats like this where the cursor is. This whole video, I'm talking about this cursor. Just follow it, and that is the area that I'm talking about. So during the fall, they'll move up on little flats like this, and they'll feed on those shad and just whatever forage is in your lake. They'll feed on that type of bait and stuff on these flats. So basically, when the water starts cooling off, getting really cold and stuff, and the bait fish start, moving out, the bass will follow them. So what would happen here is the bass would move around through here and straight out to this deep water ledge. A lot of times they'll just follow them deep water ledges. So a lot of times going inside a creek like this, when you're going inside of a creek, you want to scan that ledge a lot of times, just see if there's any fish sitting out there. So they'll sit on top of this ledge when they're ready to feed, and they'll actually move out and suspend in this open water where you drive. They'll actually just suspend in like 25, 30 foot of water and just sit there until they're ready to eat. And when they're ready to eat, they'll move up on that ledge. So another place they will go, when you're going back up in a creek like this, right here, this is your creek channel. Okay, this blue area right here, this is where an old creek has run in and washed this out, and it is made like a creek. So imagine all this in white and the lighter color is just land. That would be just a creek. So what these fish will do a lot of times, they'll sit up on these ledges like this when they're ready to feed, and then they'll actually move out into the creek channel right here, just like they did in the main water, and suspend, and then when they're ready to eat, they'll move back out. A lot of times, just because they're suspended in here doesn't mean you can't catch them. You just need to use your electronics to find them, and then once you locate them, use lures to catch those fish at whatever depth they're at. Right here it's about 34 foot, so let's just say they're suspended at 20 foot. I'd want to use lures that'll get down to 20 foot and stay at 20 foot. That way I can possibly get bit by those fish. Okay, now another place I want to talk about is points. So right here you see the cursor moving. This is a point, okay? They could set up anywhere on the point. If they're actually up on top of the point, it's just like the ledges, they're ready to feed. And then right here they have access to deeper water where they can move out and suspend when they're not ready to eat. So the key to finding these points, what points they're going to be on, you want to just make a few passes. Just follow my cursor here. So that's my boat. I just pulled up to this spot. I just come down through here and I pulled up. I'm gonna drive across it like this. I'm gonna come back across it at an X, come back around, and then move back up this at another angle and just make a few passes on it to see if there is any brush or rock. That is going to be your key points to finding a point where there's going to be a group of fish on it. So you want to look for brush or rocks on the points. Another thing too, you can see where this creek channel comes out. This is a key place because it swings up against this point. Not only that, when it comes out, it hits this little ledge right here. So they can set up on that ledge also. But your rocky areas and your brush is going to be your best bet on your off, when you're fishing in deeper water offshore. So another thing, if you guys just don't want to fish deep water, here's another thing. You do not have to fish deep to catch bass during the winter. That is a big misconception. Yes, 90% of them will move out deep, but there will be a lot of them that lives in the creeks that'll be shallow still. So find your cover that's actually sticking up out of the water, because that will actually draw heat, and those fish will sit right up against that. So guys, that's where bass go during winter. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and I appreciate y'all watching. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. I appreciate y'all.